is actual barge floating on water.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We're down to 4 players and 2 players, Chao Cheng and Daniel Negreanu, now separating themselves in chip count from Scotty Wynn and John Stoltzman.
That's right. And the antes have gone up to $5,000. The blinds being 25 and 50. Action's going to be on John Stoltzman.
He looks down at a 5-4 and folds. Around to Chao. Looks at Jack 7 and folds.
Scotty Wynn. Queen Jack this time.
Is right, and I move on.
Look at this. He's not fooling around. He's putting it all out there with the Queen Jack, $455,000.
I want to sweat what you have.
So far, I got a good one. Another one like that or an ace, and we're coming for sure.
I want you coming, baby.
8 and 3 across.
And look at this. Daniel has King 8 of clubs.
I want him to come and believe me.
Oh, boy.
Scotty says, I want him to come in.
How much
This
you got
time
total?
I think Scotty should just zip it. He's going to give Daniel Negreanu a lot of information there.
Vance, it's a little over
360.
400,000 for Daniel to call here.
So that's 405, right? More?
Can you make this kind of call with just a king and an 8?
You wouldn't think so.
Huh.
Well, that would be uncanny.
These ones are pretty.
But he's thinking this is tasty. I can bust my friend out of here.
Everything I see is matched from now on.
The only way he can make this call, in my mind, Vince, is if absolutely he thinks Scotty is just making some kind of steam raise
405.
because
This would be a
Daniel
crazy call.
took the pot away from him last time.
You can't make deal, no. You can't make move no more.
I think you're bluffing. Bad. Like you might have like 9-4.
Very bad.
Either that or ace junk. He's got 9-4 or ace junk.
8-3 offshoot.
Let's gamble with the kid. Why not?
Oh, boy.
Can you believe this?
Just
He has
amazing.
called him with the king iron. It's the best
I
hand.
got you by a nose, bro.
You did.
However it comes out,
Side maybe
he knows
jump,
he's
but
made the
that's
right
not jump.
call here with just the king 8.
If you win, you're back in it.
I tell you, these guys used to be friends, but when you're playing for 1.5, friends are overrated.
But folks, to call $400,000 with king high, that takes a lot of heart and a lot of poker instincts, and certainly Daniel Negreanu's got both of those things.
Here we go with the flop.
Well, flop comes Jack 10-10. Scotty has outflopped him. He now has the lead,
Not over yet.
and Daniel is going to have to catch a king or 2 running cards to make a straight or a flush
Queen
to
of
take
clubs.
Scotty out right now.
A little break for Scotty Wynn. Catches jacks and 10s. Here comes the turn card.
Nightclub, you don't want that.
Can it hold
you want
up?
a 9.
Or 9 of clubs is good.
Well, 9 of diamonds on the turn.
Give me a
Now, what
queen.
that means is Daniel must catch a queen or a 7 to make a straight to win this pot. If a king comes up, that will give Scotty a straight,
give him 3
and therefore Daniel couldn't win then.
Well, right now, the way Daniel's going, he could outdraw Picasso. Let's see if he does it here.
Let's see a river card.
No, he doesn't. A 3 comes up.
He couldn't hit the open-ended straight to take out Scotty Wynn. Scotty lives on to fight some more.
So a little bit of justice for the Prince of Poker, Scotty Wynn,
I know.
a 5-time World Poker Tour final table player. Will this be his night?
Man,
This guy is one of the great tournament players
everything
in the
back
world, no
except
question about it.
2 ping and 1
Once
yellow.
again, he has over $1 million in chips.
And action's going to be on Daniel Negreanu, Kid Poker, this time Queen Deuce of Diamonds.
Well, he lays it down. Around to John Stoltzman. Now notice he's got the same hand that Daniel just had, the king 8 of clubs, and he's going to raise it. Makes it $200,000 to go.
Very popular hand right now. Now Chao peaks down as a 9-4 offsuit.
Well, Chow folds. Now we're around to Scotty. He looks down at 9-8 of spade. It's kind of hand you want to see a flop with, but it's going to cost Scotty another $150,000 to call here.
Raise my black every hand now, baby.
You calling him, baby?
Mine.
Oh boy, he's going over the top with it.
Scotty going all in here. I'm a little surprised by this play, Vince. His opponent only has $370,000 left. So because of the pot odds, he could very well make this call with the king 8, even if he thought it was the worst
I call
hand.
everybody baby, baby. As long as they give me the chip, I call him baby.
Well, it is an interesting raise. Can he get John Stoltzman out of this pot?
I mean, mathematically, you're going to get called in this spot most of the time here, and you don't want to move all in with 9 high in that situation, but, you know, he's hoping John will save his money and fold right here.
I know that he would be great enough to make this call.
That's right, baby. Daniel would have called me so fast.
Well, John knows he's on the short stack.
Thank you, baby.
He's up against 3 true Goliaths of the poker world.
Lines are so big.
He knows in terms of odds, it's unlikely he's going to be more than a 2-to-1 underdog with the king 8 in his hand. At some point, he's going to have to gamble if he's going to try to catch up and beat these guys. Is he going to do it here?
There's so much money in there, I'm just going to gamble.
Well, he's gambling. Scotty is a substantial underdog now to win this pot. He has 9-8. His opponent has king 8.
And that is just a crushing call for Scotty Wynn.
Well, Scotty might have made a tactical error there in moving all in. Because of the pot odds, you have to assume your opponent's going to call you.
A very possible debacle here for Scotty Wynn.
Well, let's see if he can get lucky here. If so, John Stoltzman will be our 4th place finisher. If not, Scotty Wynn will be on the short stack. Oh, a nightmare flop for Scotty. It's come ace, king, 10 with 2 clubs.
This debacle continues.
John has 2 kings in the nut flush draw, and the only way Scotty can win this pot is to catch 2 running cards on 4th and 5th Street that help his hand. He's got a backdoor, a flush, or a straight, or 9s and 8s, and a 4 diamonds. That's it. It doesn't matter what comes on the river. John Stoltzman is going to double up right here. And Scotty must be wondering, what was I thinking there, moving all in that situation?
Just making mistakes. Just mistiming things. Tough time right now at Tunica for Scotty Wynn.
Well, he is on the short stack right now, but I can tell you, he is one of the great short stack players in the world, so he's down, but not out.
We will see. Fasten your seatbelts. Here we go again. Action on John Stoltzman. Looks down at Jack 2. Doesn't want any part of it.
When I still get chip, they all worry.
Chow, who's been very calm and patient here, staying out of the fray, folds a Jack 6.
Damn, I still get 400,000. That's a lot of dime, baby.
Now Scotty looks down at ace high, and he's going to move in with it.
Call that you don't like no money.
Now we're around to
You
Daniel
won't believe my
Negreanu.
first sweat. You won't believe the first card I sweat.
Call that he don't like no money.
Same one that's been the king of clubs.
Well, look at this. Can you believe this, Vince? That's the 3rd consecutive time Scotty Wynn's moved all in, and the 3rd time his opponent has picked up king 8 of clubs.
This is too bizarre.
It's all good, baby. Please call. Please call.
Daniel just can't believe he's seeing the same hand as we can.
300.
Is that even possible?
Remember, Daniel called him last time with king 8 of clubs for nearly 400,000. It's going to cost him 380,000 to call him again.
What can he lay down? He called me 600,000 with king 8. You think he's gonna lay down?
380? 380. This is so bizarre.
380,000.
How bizarre? So bizarre.
Daniel's pondering here.
I lost with this hand the last time. He won with it.
That's right.
This is spooky, dude.
I will win again.
Guess what I got?
Daniel's in again. I know.
380?
That's
And
right.
he is making the call.
Yes, he has.
With king 8.
So for the 3rd time in a row, Scotty's gone all in, and their opponent is called with the king 8 of clubs. This time, Scotty has the best hand.
That is correct. Scotty Wynn going on the bipolar ride
That is scary.
this evening. Back and forth. Can he get lucky and double up? Because he is on the ropes right now.
Well, nearly 900,000 out there, so if he can win this pot, he is right in the thick of things. If not, Scotty Wynn's going to be our 4th place finisher.
Okay. Give me the flop he had. Or no, wait, you flopped an ace that time. Give me a different flop.
That's right, baby. Different flop.
All right, well, here comes the flop. Oh, king 8-5.
King 8.
Five, though.
Daniel has flopped the top 2 pair. Scotty has flopped bottom pair.
Just painful there for Scotty Wynn.
Well, you see the look on Scotty's face. He knows he's got to catch an ace or a 5 right now to stay alive in this tournament.
Absolutely devastating. 2 cards away from being body bagged.
9.
9 of spades on the turn.
That's not going to do it.
Nope.
So Scotty is down to the river card. He is going to drown unless it's an ace or a 5 right here and go out in 4th place.
Can he pull off the miracle? No, he's not going to do it.
7 of spades comes off. So the popular Scotty Wynn is going to go out again in 4th place. The crowd mesmerized here
Good job, baby.
as to how fast the action's been these last few hands, where everybody calling, not betting, calling an all-in bet with a king 8. Amazing.
And look at this. A standing ovation for the Prince of Poker, Scotty Wynn. A great entertaining poker player, a champion. He's our 4th place finisher. Yeah, he'll pick up $346,000.
Right now, he's walking out of the arena saying to himself, I can't believe it. I moved all in on these guys twice. They called me with king 8 3 consecutive times. What is going on here? Where's the bar?
It's fun, but a little disappointed, you know. You're there, you're playing good, and same thing, one of those days.
Yeah.
You got to swallow it.
He made a big mistake with the 8-9 of spade.
Oh, yeah.
You put 200 in. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah. I had to call it.
I wouldn't have made that play.
We are down to 3 at Tunica, the World Poker Open. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on the World Poker Tour.
Welcome back to the final table of the World Poker Open in Tunica, Mississippi. I'm Shauna Hyatt, and here's a recap of the action so far.
Tonight's battle pits youth against experience.
I'm going to make it $1 million.
As superstar Daniel Negreanu struggled early when Michael the Grinder Mizrahi doubled up on the first hand. Short stack Raja Katamuri saw little action and was beat by big money chip leader Chow Chang.
Every pot from now on. Here, every pot comes.
Soon after, Kid Poker got lucky and tossed the Grinder to the rail. The Prince of Poker Scotty Wynn battled against King 8 of Clubs 3 times in a row.
This is spooky, dude.
I will win again.
3rd time was a charm for Daniel as he clobbered Scotty. We're down to 3 as 23-year-old John Stoltzman finds himself between 2 poker giants and $1.5 million in cash.
Let's gamble. Let's do it. He's going for it.
Now back to our own poker champs, Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten.
Mike, this is very interesting. John Stoltzman, the student from University of Wisconsin. You know, I'm predicting if he comes in 1st or 2nd, he's not going back to school next semester. What do you think of that?
Well, he wants to become a professional poker player. Certainly if he comes in 2nd place, he'll have $800,000 bankroll to get started. But let me tell you something. If he gets by these 2 guys that he's sitting in front of, all you can do is stand up and salute him and say, you should try being a pro poker player.
This time he looks down at Queen 4 diamonds and throws it away.
I don't say well when I'm playing beside you.
Chow, who's played very conservatively so far today,
No free roll for you.
hadn't done anything foolishly, limps in here with the king 6.
Yes, he does. Now it's on Daniel Negreanu, this time with Jack 7, offsuit.
And he checks, so we're going to have a flop here. Now, before play started, Daniel told me the one player he feared most at this table was Chow Chang.
Here comes the flop. It's Ace, Jack, 8.
Ace, Jack,
Chow checks,
Rainbow.
and Daniel checks 2 jacks.
He got a piece of it, and he's going to play it a little bit slow.
Now 4 comes on.
4.
Chow checks again,
Check.
and Daniel again checks the 2 jacks.
River card coming up.
Oh, a king pops off.
Oh, reversal of fortune right there.
Well, Chow caught the only card where he can have the best hand. He has 2 kings now. He's going to make a value bet here. I don't blame him.
Well, this is a weird hand. I was trapping you. Wait a minute. And now you're betting.
He bets 80,000.
I'm trapping him. He's betting.
But what were you waiting for, Daniel?
If I fold, that's a pretty bad trap.
Hold on. Don't call away. Here you go, baby. Look at this card right here. 1, 2. I got it. Yeah.
What do you got?
I don't know.
You don't have Queen 10. We know that. We know you don't have Queen 10. Maybe an ace, maybe a king. Probably you got a king. That's what I think. Must have a king.
Daniel's analyzed
Right?
the hand perfectly. Now, will he go through with his instincts and lay down the two jacks?
You
That's
have
the
to have a
question.
king. But I played this hand so carefully. Yes.
Well, poorly would be a
Maybe
better
got
word,
nothing.
Daniel, than carefully, I think.
For 80 dimes, I'll kiss him goodbye.
He's going to pay it off.
He wants to see
I got a king.
Ah, stupid me.
Chow says,
Played
I
this
have a
bad.
king. He's got
I was
king.
trapping you.
Daniel cost himself by not betting on the flop, not betting on the turn, and then, even though he suspected Chow had two kings, you heard him say it, he still paid off the 80,000.
Well, this goes to show you even great players like Daniel Negreanu can make mistakes.
Yeah, nice trap.
Chow Chang making a nice value bet on the river there. And increasing his lead, he now has $2,700,000. Daniel with a little over $1.6 million. And John Stoltzman on the short stack with a little over
He's
$800,000.
just joking around.
How I look last?
Action on John Stoltzman. This time he looks down at a little pair of threes.
Yeah, and he comes in for $200,000.
All right, let's take a look at the WPT Hole Cam, sponsored by Michelob Amberbach.
Chow looks down at a blackjack. He's got ace-jack.
A nice starting hand, very solid.
All in.
He's all in.
Oh, boy.
Well, he's going to force both Daniel and John to pick up a monster hand here. Daniel quickly folds.
Crunch time, right back into John's face.
I'm in now.
Now I have a really tough decision because I really want to get in coin flip situations with you two.
Oh, man.
In now, is everything go?
Well, you heard him. He wants to get in coin flip situations. That certainly is the right strategy for him.
Would he risk Daniel picking up a hand?
For him to win this tournament, he's going to have to take some chances somewhere. Is it going to be here?
No, it's not. He's laid it
No.
down.
Well, it's a tough call to make with 2 threes right there. He opted to wait for a better spot.
Everything go.
Well, you can't blame him for making the raise, but this time Chow just taking the play from him.
I don't think I had a coin flip.
Everything go.
Huh?
Well, I am so impressed by Johnny Stoltzman, only 23 years old, got into this event through a super satellite. That means he only put up $1,000, and here he is going after millions.
And that's what's amazing is his father staked him in that satellite.
Didn't feel like
Put
a
up the
coin flip.
1,000. They're 50-50 partners in this tournament. That's one way you can pay for your kids' college tuition. Put him in a poker
Well,
tournament.
you can't regret it too much.
What kind of dad you want? Back to the action, back on Chow. Chow throws away ace-deuce.
Boy, that's pretty amazing. As the chip leader to fold an ace on the button.
Daniel Negreanu this time with queen 4.
He's going to raise it, makes it 140,000.
140,000.
Johnny with ace-5 going all in this
I
time.
should have just limped. I always limp.
Daniel quickly folds.
Yes, he does.
And John picks up the pot. Give this kid credit. For 23 years old, Vince, I'm telling you, he's got heart, he's got game.
Will a new WPT millionaire barge onto the record books? Find out when the World Poker Tour continues right after this.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We're in Tunica, Mississippi, and we have 3 remaining here for the $1.5 million first prize.
John Stoltzman creeping up the leaderboard here. Vince, can Cinderella put on the glass slipper tonight?
Just incredible. He is playing great here. Not intimidated by these big superstars. Okay, action right back on Daniel Negreanu. Throws away 5 and 10 Woolworths into John Stoltzman this time in the little blind with a queen 10.
And he's going to raise it with the queen 10. Comes in for 200,000.
Why not? Into the chip leader, Chow. He's got king 4 hearts.
He's got 50,000 in the pot. Cost him 150 more to call.
This is a man that plays in the biggest side games in the world. But his kid said, "Dad, do you really play poker? We don't believe you." He said, "Oh, I better start playing those tournaments on TV and prove it." And here he is on the World Poker Tour final table. He's proving it in a great way.
Yep, with a great opportunity to take this title.
Go ahead.
This time, gonna make the call with king 4 hearts.
Yes, he does. So we're going to have a flop here.
We'll see the flop this time, though.
Queen 10 versus king 4. Here's the flop.
Well, flop is 995.
Come on.
John Stoltzman's gone all in with the queen high.
Go ahead.
I'm all in.
Go ahead.
And Chow abandons ship here. But give this kid credit, Vince, for taking the initiative, raising before the flop with queen high, and then moving in when it come 9-9-5.
I like the call. Give me,
Well, Mike, as you know, I mean, whether it's a bad beat or a bad play, if you lose your cool at the poker table, you know, you're probably going to lose your money as well.
Well, that's true. We call it steaming in the poker world. And our own Shauna Hyatt took a look at how to take advantage of an opponent when they blow their lid in this week's Poker Corner.
It's bound to happen. Something goes wrong at the poker table and a player starts steaming. While some players may enjoy the show, the smart ones know the time to strike is when your opponent's hot.
Steaming means you have a good hand and then you just get beat. You get angry and you play the hand you're not supposed to play.
You'll see a guy start steaming. After he loses a couple pots, you can almost see that his face gets red. The smoke starts coming out of his ears. He's a little hot and bothered. He starts to move around in his chair a little bit.
They get so frustrated that they can't help themselves. They try and make back that money they lost. So they'll actually play more hands and they'll gamble a lot more.
Oh, Mike, very disgusted. You can't blame him.
When you steam, baby, 9-10 and shoot it. It's looking just like aces.
Everybody steams differently. Like Phil Hellmuth, you know how he steams? By playing really weak.
And he folded his hand.
It's like, I can't believe these kids. Don't they know who I am?
Show some class and shake my hand, kid. No, don't do the waving.
And the pros know when an opponent is steaming, it's time to apply some pressure.
I do a lot of steaming, but of course, they know I'm steaming after I lost a big hand. Some people are gonna take advantage of me. They're gonna re-raise me.
One thing to be cautious of when you're re-raising someone who's on tilt is they might call you. So you actually want a good hand.
So when you catch an opponent steaming, the time is right to take action. But remember, this is poker.
It can be dangerous. They can go in with the worst hand and still get lucky. And that's the one way to get off tilt. You put a bad beat on someone else.
What a battle we have at Tunica. We have 3 remaining. Chow Chang still out in front with about $3 million. Daniel with about $1.1 million. But John with about $990.
Yeah, action's going to be on Chow. Goes down into queen 5 and folds.
Now it's on Daniel Negreanu. Look at this. He's got the ladies, the Hilton sisters, Gabor sisters, whatever you want to call them. It's a huge hand.
And he just limps in with it, Vince. He's trying to trap John here.
John's got 10-7 off suit.
John knocks the table, says, give us a flop. Well, the flop comes 9-8-3. Daniel with the queens.
Well, this time Daniel's coming out and betting it. The interesting thing, this gives an open-ended straight draw to John Stoltzman.
I'm all in.
John says, I'm all in here.
He's gone over the top. He's gone all in.
I'm setting a trap. Am I trapped?
Now look at Daniel. He says, well, I slow played this. What have I done now?
I don't think I can throw this away.
Well, I don't think you can either, Daniel.
I hope you got a 9. And I hope that's all you got. Because you don't, you're in trouble. You need 2 pair.
Daniel's hoping he's got top pair here.
He might have 2 pair. I call.
Daniel can't get away from it.
Well, Daniel's going to like it here. He's got 2 queens. He's up against the open-end straight draw.
He has the chance to break the young 23-year-old.
Big one here. My favorite hand I'm up against.
Right now, John Stoltzman must catch a 6 or a jack or 2 running cards in combination of a 10 or a 7 to stay alive in this tournament.
Well, we are down to 3 players. This could be it. Close to heads-up action. We're coming right back. Stay with us here on the World Poker Tour.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour, where tonight's Cinderella, John Stoltzman, is all in against poker great Daniel Negreanu. John needs a miracle or the ball will be over for the young college student.
John Stoltzman must catch a 6 or a jack or 2 runners in a 10-7 combination to win this pot and stay alive in this tournament.
How about a queen?
Winner's going to take home $1.5 million. Here comes the turn card.
It's a 6. Wow. John has done it. He has made the straight. The kid from Madison, Wisconsin is going to live on and have nearly $2 million worth of chips.
Oh, that is just a sick hit for the young 23-year-old. Last card irrelevant.
Well, Daniel Negreanu getting outdrawn here.
And that hasn't happened much lately, but it shows you it can happen to anyone. Daniel taking it well.
Well, Vince, I got to tell you, yes, he was lucky to catch that 6, but I love the play of him going all in.
I was hoping he had a 9.
He didn't know Daniel had the overpair and was trapping him there. He was thinking Daniel might have had a pair of 8s, a pair of 3s, maybe a pair of 9s, and would lay it down if he went all in. If not, he still had outs, as we say. He still had cards he could catch a straight to win that pot. The college student from Madison, Wisconsin, is on a roll.
After winning a $1,000 satellite to enter this tournament, 23-year-old John Stoltzman is in serious contention to be the next WPT millionaire.
I'm from Sheboygan, Wisconsin originally. I go to school in Madison. Majoring in philosophy, kind of a pre-poker major, I guess. I was planning on going to law school, and then I found poker.
Like many players his age, John's interest in poker started at the movies.
I watched the movie Rounders, and I just thought, I can do that. You know, I consider myself a smart guy, and I wanted to just check into the game to see if it was beatable. I got some experience playing on a computer, and then I jumped into the live games, and I was a winner right away.
And thanks to his family, John's entry into his first ever WPT event turned into a seat at tonight's final table.
I'm here with my dad, and he bought me in. I've played a lot of poker against my dad, and we always play each other as hard as we can. We had a deal where we're splitting our winnings for the trip. So I would have gotten 50% of his winnings, and he gets 50% of my winnings. But his winnings are negative.
What does it feel like to have your son actually in contention to be the next WPT millionaire?
Great. Exciting.
So did you think he could do it?
Oh, definitely. He's a good player.
23-year-old John Stoltzman taking chances. He's a gambler. And I have to tell you something, Daniel Negreanu now circling the drain. Will he have a shot at winning his 3rd WPT title in one season? We will find out.
Well, there's such a big difference between 3rd place and 1st place. Well over $1 million in real money.
Action's going to be on John Stoltzman. This time he's got ace-6.
Well, he makes it $200,000 to go.
Chow Ching picks up ace-queen.
Wow, nice hand by Chow. The last time that John made it $200,000, Chow moved all in with an ace-jack offsuit. Here he's got ace-queen.
I call.
But here he's calling.
Well, I don't think I have much choice.
And look behind him, Daniel has big slick, and of course he's all in.
Well, Daniel was going all in with any 2 cards.
Absolutely.
Fortunately for him, he picked up ace-king, and right now he's a big favorite to win this pot.
Yes, he is, but we also have a side pot between Chow and John.
Well, there's $150,000 on the side, but Vince, those are tournament chips. You're talking about $400,000 in real money. The difference between 3rd and 2nd, and they both want to get rid of Daniel here. Chances are this will be checked down.
Well, he's got big slick. 5 cards to come.
And we're still working on the side.
Can Daniel survive? He'll triple up if he does so.
Here comes the flop. 8-7 deuce, all spades.
8-7.
Well, Chow checks. Notice that John has flopped the nut flush draw.
Check.
But he's checking.
Card.
Well, the 5 of spade comes there.
That's going to do it for Daniel Negreanu. You have 2 flushes out there.
Check.
John has made the nuts, yet he still checks.
They both checked it.
River card.
Here comes the river. It's a 4 diamonds.
Chow probably got to think his queen of spades is good right now. And look at this. He's going to make a little value bet here with the queen of spade. Hoping John will call him with something.
He wants a little extra frosting.
Well, John's not going to call him. He's got the nut flush here. He's got the ace of spade. He said, well, I was going to check it down, but if you're going to bet me, I believe I'll hoist the flag a little here. $400,000. Chow, a very smart player. He knows John can only make that play with the ace of spade. He wouldn't even make it with the king of spade.
Queen of spade.
That's going to do it for Daniel Negreanu. If he wins his 3rd title on the World Poker Tour this season, it's going to be in a future event, not today.
All right, Bob. See you back in Vegas. Good job, my man.
Just incredible. So close to taking the title. If he doesn't get his queens cracked, he was very close, but right now he's our 3rd place finisher.
You know, that's something we haven't seen much this year. Waving goodbye to Daniel at the final table. He's won every time he's been there so far.
What a champion. Daniel Negreanu going to pick up close to $400,000.
Crosses the $4 million in earnings mark on the World Poker Tour. All-time money winner.
Daniel, you've won 2 other final tables for the WPT this season. But what I want to commend you on is being absolutely the most fun person to watch play poker.
Why, thank you so much. I try to have fun. I mean, the World Poker Tour has been great for me, obviously, and if I can't have fun here, where am I going to have fun?
We got a tremendous heads-up battle. What a surprise. Johnny Blinder, only 23 years old, is going to go after Chow. But first, our presentation.
And here come the Tunica girls. Whoa, we got some can-can action here, Vince. Hey, I'm all for this. Well, here come the briefcases with the cash, the saddlebags, the can-can girls. We got a touch of the Wild Wild West going on right here, down south in Mississippi.
I didn't think this would affect me, but this is a lot of money.
$1.5 million to the winner, nearly $800,000 to the runner-up. Who's going to take down the $1.5 million, the WPT title, and the prestige that goes with it?
We got Johnny Blinder up against the great Chow Chang. We're coming back with more from Tunica, the heads-up battle here on the World Poker Tour. Welcome back to the World Poker Open. We are in Tunica, Mississippi, and it is heads-up time.
Vance, we start out this final table with 3 Davids and 3 Goliaths. It's now 1 David and 1 Goliath. We've got 23-year-old student John Stoltzman from Madison, Wisconsin versus the 49-year-old poker professional out of Las Vegas, Chow Chang.
This would be one of the biggest upsets in poker history, and I'm not exaggerating. But this guy, out of college, to be taking a shot out of a satellite, it could happen here tonight, folks. All right, here we go on John Stoltzman. This time he has King 9.
Well, he makes it $200,000.
Chow right behind him with Ace Jack. That's a huge hand.
Let's see how Chow's going to play it. Can't blame John for raising with King high. Chow is going to come over the top of him.
Like he should with an Ace Jack. Heads up.
Let's see how much he's going to raise it here. $200,000 for him to call. He's going to raise it $450,000 more. So right here on hand 1, we could have some serious fireworks.
Oh, the poker shootout has started.
Does John want to gamble here with the King 9? He's in position.
Yes, he's called it.
He's doing it, Vance. He is going to take a shot right here. See if he can get lucky and catch a flop. So here we go. Over $1,300,000 in the pot already on hand number 1 of this heads-up action.
Here's our flop.
Oh, flop is Ace-9-3. Chow's flop top pair. John's flop second pair.
Oh, yeah.
Chow goes all in. Not fooling around at all.
And he chases John Stoltzman away just like that.
Didn't want to give him a free card to outdraw him there. Chow moving all in, picking up a nice pot, and building his lead substantially now, Vince.
And with that, the antes are going up to 10,000. Blind's going to be 40 and 80,000, Mike.
Vince, if experience means anything, that bodes well for Chow. He's been playing poker longer than John's been alive.
But right now, it's on John. And look at this. He's got a pair of deuces.
All in.
He's gone all in with it.
He's betting over $900,000.
I hope I pick up the hand right here.
Chow says, I'm going to pick up a hand right here.
Yeah, good hand, mate. Good hand. Good hand.
It looks like he's going to do it here, Vince. Ace King of Diamonds. He says, I call you, my friend.
Absolutely huge hand.
A monster for Chow, but he's got to help that hand. So far, the 2 deuces are out in front.
Ace King of Diamonds.
Big hand. It's a classic hand, baby. Come on.
Right now, Chow Chang, 5 cards away from winning his first World Poker Tour title. He shows big slick, but he's got to outdraw the kid who's got a pair of ducks.
King of Diamonds against 2 dudes.
I don't go in with the underdog unless I have 10-7.
Stay in this tournament. Chow Chang will become.
Well, very close proposition. The difference is if Chow wins, this tournament is over. If not, John's going to double up. Here comes a flop. Flop is 9-8-5.
That is good for the kid so far. The deuce is out in front.
Well, Chow's got to look for aces and kings.
John's looking to double up here.
John's looking for small cards.
Ace or king comes up. This thing will be a wrap. Here we go with the turn. It's a
The third deuce comes up. He is doubled up. There's no card Chow can catch to win this pot.
Another deuce. Give me another deuce.
John makes a full house. Deuce is full of fives. Cinderella takes one more step toward putting on the glass slipper.
Oh, boy, this is just awesome. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We are in the land of the riverboat gambler. And what a battle we have going on down here.
Vince, however this tournament comes out, I believe we've had one for the ages here tonight. Just phenomenal poker tournament at the World Poker Open.
Things are getting a little bit closer with that John Stoltzman back in action.
Well, Vince, I've been so impressed that he's held up playing for this much money under the bright lights and the pressure of a WPT final.
We started with 512 players 5 days ago, and right now it's on Chow Chang. For the title, he has King 6 of Hearts.
Chow knows King High is favored over a random hand. Let's see what he's going to do with the King 6 of Hearts.
Raise it.
He's going to raise it.
230.
230,000 more he's making it.
Into John Stoltzman, but John has a pretty good hand, too. He's got Queen 10.
And John's going to call.
John is calling. I'll say one thing for John. He gives himself a chance to catch a flop. He's always calling with 9-10s, 9-7s, Queen 10s. Let's see if he can get lucky here.
Here's the first three.
And the flop.
Flop is King, Queen 4.
They both hit pairs. Chow with kings, John with queens.
4.
John has checked it.
Oh, yeah.
Chow has moved all in. Look at the look that John's giving him right there, Vince. He knows this is a vast overbet. In other words, there's 600,000 in the pot. Chow is betting nearly $3 million at it.
He happens to make this call. This thing could be over. He would be a big dog.
I thought you good players were supposed to play small pots against me.
What John's thinking is, if he could beat 2 queens, would he really bet that much money? Will the overbet work here for Chow? Can he trap his opponent into calling? John lays it down.
John Stoltzman, a true escape artist, getting away once again.
It's not easy when you're playing heads-up poker to get away from second pair.
Nice battle here.
Chow's tried to bully him, but it's not going to work so far.
Chow needs to go back to more of a chop-it-out type system when he has the best hand.
Well, he's got close to $3.4 million. He is the chip leader. He's got Jack 7 of clubs right now.
Well, he's got the 7-11. Let's see what he's going to do with it here.
20 more.
He's going to raise it. Makes it 300,000 to go.
This guy never stops pushing, but right behind him, Stoltzman with King Jack.
All in.
He says all in, Vince.
Oh, over the top on Chow.
Without hesitation. Those are words that Chow did not want to hear right here, folks, I can tell you.
John comes over and says all in.
He's got a Jack 7 is all he has.
Boy, and Chow just grimaces right there.
I think it's an easy lay down myself. This is not a hand you get a headache over. You just throw it in the muck when the guy moves in on you.
And there he goes.
Well, he finally got away from it.
This battle is getting close. And with that, the antes and blinds are going up, Mike. $15,000 ante with $60,000 and $120,000 blinds.
Yep, the price of poker is getting up there, no question about it. And Vince, I can tell you, Chow knows he's got a battle on his hands.
Back on Chow Chang, our chip leader. This time he's got 8-7.
Chow's in the small blind. And he's going to call the big blind here. Yes. John knocks the table, so we're going to have a flop. John has Jack 7. Chow has 8-7. A flop is Jack 9-3.
That's nice, but Johnny's hit top pair.
Look how quickly he checked, Vince.
Setting a little trap. Now Chow's got the miracle inside straight draw.
Now he could take a free card here, Vince. But he's not doing it. He's leading out and betting. Try to win the pot here. $250,000 bet by Chow. But in the meantime, he's going to get re-hit because John has the top pair, and he's bet $800,000.
Back on Chow Chang.
Does he want to put another 550? Though look at him. You can see him flinch there, Vince, and that's because he's mad at himself for betting there. He could have taken a free card.
Boy.
Now he can't stand to call the raise with a gut shot draw.
Flinching and folding.
And Vince, you just feel frustration setting in on Chow Chang. He's still the chip leader, but not by much. He has got his hands full with this 23-year-old from Madison.
The young rookie taking it to the very experienced Chow Chang. Don't forget the winner's going to make $1.5 million. Get the coveted WPT title. Here we go. Chow Chang looking this time at an ace-jack.
I mean, it's a good one. Didn't say anything.
And just limping in there, Vince. Just calling with the ace-jack.
Okay, he's going to play it tricky. Now John Stoltzman's got a king-10 of diamonds. Another strong hand.
And he checks. So here we go. Two pretty good hands. Flop comes queen 8-5.
Helps neither player, and they both check.
Third card is.
Well, off comes the jack. Now Chow has a pair of jacks with the top kicker.
But Stoltzman's got the open-ended straight draw.
And he's going for his holster, Vince. He's betting the open-end straight draw. $340,000.
That is a stiff bet right into Chow. Now Chow has hit his pair of jacks. He's got the big ace kicker.
And he's saying, hey, this guy didn't raise before the flop. He didn't bet on the flop. Now all of a sudden he's going to bet something? Chow must think the pair of jacks are good. Indeed they are. He's going to look him up here, Vince. He's going to call the $340,000. Nearly $1 million in this pot right now.
Stoltzman needs a lot of help. Here comes the river.
Oh, an ace comes up. John Stoltzman has made the ace-high straight.
John Stoltzman has gone all in.
9-10.
Chow has hit two pair. He's got aces and jacks.
Yeah, I have the 9-10 and Jack King. Jesus. Oh my, I lose it pass is over. How much chip do you have?
He's got almost as many chips as you, Chow. You'll have a little over 200,000 left if you make this call, because you're going to lose this pot, my friend. Chow Chang in the vice right now, Vince. What a tough laydown this is to make.
If I lose this pot, I haven't go broke yet. If I rise, I'll win the tournament. At top.
Johnny Blinder just praying for the call. Look at him.
Oh, you're not kidding about that, Vince. You can feel his heart beating clear over here. He's saying, please call, please call, please call me.
He would be real close to being the WPT's 18th millionaire.
Look at that. Chow just called out King 10. Would he have King 10?
10 King and the 9-10. Cut and the top.
But he's got aces up.
Can he put him on one of those hands and get away from aces up here, Vince?
I call him.
He's calling him.
He's done it.
King 10 shows the nuts.
John Stoltzman turns up the nuts. He shows him Broadway, the ace-high straight.
That is a whiplash for Chow Chang.
Folks, John Stoltzman, 23-year-old philosophy major from the University of Wisconsin, has nearly taken his title. Chow is down to about 230,000 in chips. His opponent has over 5 million.
Oh, man, Chow is morphine dripping right now. He's in a state of shock.
Well, I'll tell you why he's mad, Vince. Because the ace is the only card that could come up where he could put all his chips in the pot and not win it. He wouldn't call him if a 9 came up. He wouldn't put all his money in the pot there because there'd be 8-9 Jack Queen on the board. It had to come ace for Chow to lose all his chips there. That's what he's upset about.
Well, very tough to get away from that hand. I don't see how he could possibly do it. But right now, John Stoltzman has a great opportunity. He is very close to winning this title. This crowd is stunned. Oh, I mean, this is just mop-up time for the young kid from the University of Wisconsin.
You're going to go all in right now.
Too much out there?
In my view, in the next couple pots.
I'm all in the dark.
There he goes, and he's already said it. before the card's even dealt. He says, I'm going all in.
Chow with less than 100,000 in the sack.
All in.
It's a small blind. John declares all in dark.
Well, this is showdown in the dark. I don't see how Chow can throw this hand away. Getting this kind of price doesn't matter what he's got.
Doesn't matter.
His opponent moved all in the dark. And how can he throw this away for that few chips right there? Getting a huge price on his money.
I didn't see him actually call in the dark. Look.
He said, I have to call. Doesn't matter.
I'm going to call this.
Here we go.
John turns over ace 10.
Oh, boy.
So John picks up ace 10.
Ace 10 against Chow's Jack 3.
He's up against Jack 3. Chow has live cards. John has the best hand. If the ace 10 holds up, he'll be the youngest winner in the history of the World Poker Tour.
How old are you?
23.
You're probably younger than win the tournament. Somebody got 23 win the tournament.
Johnny Blinder 5 cards away from becoming the 18th millionaire on the World Poker Tour. Can he do it?
So far, so good. It's come 8-5-4.
Just a beautiful flop for John Stoltzman.
All he's got to do is dodge a jack or a 3 right now.
Girlfriend Jade praying.
Folks, you're watching poker history right here, right now.
Here's the turn. It's a king.
John Stoltzman is 1 card away from pulling the biggest upset in the history of the World Poker Tour.
Only 6 card winning.
All he's got to do is dodge a jack or a 3.
Can the 23-year-old Johnny Blinder do it? Here's the river.
He's done it. A 6 comes off. There you have it. John Stoltzman, the 23-year-old philosophy major, has done it, Vince. He's won a satellite. He's parlayed it into a WPT title.
And look at this. The father is coming down. He's on a cell phone.
What a battle. What a battle between these two.
Hi, Mom.
Unbelievable.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you one thing. She's going to bake some cookies for him when he comes back home.
I love you, too.
That's a lot of money, baby.
I'm going to make it $1 million. $1 million.
Okay, don't go away. We'll be right back to talk to our champion right after this.
And now let's meet our champion, the youngest ever in the history of the World Poker Tour, John Stoltzman from Madison, Wisconsin. Hey. Well, John, I got to tell you, you have knocked 3 poker all-stars off to capture this title. Tell us what it was like playing against these 3 guys.
Wow, well, I knew I was the underdog the whole time. I mean, Scotty, Daniel, and Chow are all great players, and I don't pretend to be as experienced or as good as they are. So I just wanted to play big pots against them, not get involved in too many small pots where they can outplay me. And it just worked out. I can't believe it. I'm still trying to comprehend the money here.
And now, as a custom on the World Poker Tour, we're going to toast our champion with Michelob Amber Bock, the official beer of the World Poker Tour. And now here's to our champion, the youngest ever in the history of the World Poker Tour, John Stoltzman from Madison, Wisconsin. Here, John. For Shauna Hyatt, Vince Fantatten, and everyone at the World Poker Tour, we want to say thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm Mike Sexton, saying may all your cards be live and your pots be monsters.
He check-raised on the turn. What's this guy thinking? Where have I seen this guy before?
Wednesday. Welcome back. Mr. Copter, one of America's favorite TV teachers, battles with the big boys.
Roll it.
Let's go. For a prize pool of $2.7 million. It pays to watch the World Poker Tour, the Mirage Poker Showdown, Wednesday at 9 on the Travel Channel. Take on the pros from the World Poker Tour online. Just click on the Travel Channel at discovery.com.